Sara Jones had always been drawn to the mysteries of the human mind, but sleep fascinated her like nothing else. For all the advances in neuroscience, sleep remained an enigma. Why did humans, unlike some animals, need to relinquish control entirely, lying defenseless for hours each day? The evolutionary risks of sleep were staggering. Our ancestors risked death by predators every night. Yet, despite the dangers, sleep persisted, intricately entwined with life itself. Sara was convinced the secret lay within the rapid eye movement, REM stage. Her Montana sleep lab was state-of-the-art, a facility dedicated to solving sleep disorders. But for Sara, it was also a personal playground to explore the deeper mysteries of sleep. Recently, she had acquired the Dream Visualizer, a groundbreaking device capable of rendering dreams into visual form with 80% accuracy. On paper, it wasn't essential to the lab's operations, but Sara had lobbied for it relentlessly, arguing it was a tool every modern sleep lab needed. Now, it was hers to wield. Her first subject for the Dream Visualizer was Danny, a 22-year-old plagued by recurring, horrifying nightmares. Danny's desperation was palpable when he arrived. His dark, circled eyes darted around the sterile lab like he was being hunted, even in the waking world. Sara greeted him warmly, steering their conversation toward the new technology. "This device might help us understand the root of your nightmares," she explained. "It's non-invasive, and it could show us what your mind experiences during sleep." Danny hesitated, his thin fingers twitching. "Do you think it'll stop them?" "It's a start," Sara reassured him. "We'll see what's happening first. Then we can work on solutions." Eager to end his torment, Danny agreed. That night, he donned the lab's standard sleep attire and allowed Sara to attach electrodes to his head and body. As she finished, she gave him a reassuring smile. "Sleep well," she said softly. Danny tried to smile back, but his face betrayed his unease. Sara returned to the observation room, where monitors displayed Danny's vitals and brain activity. The first 2 hours passed without incident. As Danny entered his first REM cycle, the Dream Visualizer rendered a serene sequence, Danny flying over a luminous cityscape. The imagery was vivid, colourful, and peaceful. Nothing out of the ordinary. 2 hours later, Danny's second REM cycle began. This time, the visuals were starkly different. Sara leaned closer to the monitor, her brow furrowing as the scene unfolded. The Dream Visualizer showed Danny's body, motionless in bed. The perspective was strange, like Danny was watching himself from the ceiling. Then, the shadows appeared. Dark, amorphous shapes slithered into view, surrounding Danny's sleeping form. Their outlines flickered and shifted, as if the AI struggled to capture their essence. Their only discernible feature was their eyes, glowing red, piercing the darkness. Sara's pulse quickened. The AI-rendered scene was chaotic, but one detail was clear. These entities were dismantling Danny. Their black tendrils tore at him, extracting something intangible yet vital. The EEG spiked wildly, Danny's brain activity surging beyond normal limits. His body twitched violently. "Danny," Sara said into the intercom, her voice steady but urgent. "Wake up!" Her words seemed to ripple through the Dream Visualizer's feed. The shadow creatures stopped. Slowly, they turned their gaze toward the camera. Toward her. Sara froze. The glowing red eyes bore into her and Danny's body convulsed. A guttural voice, not his own, issued from his lips. "Why are you observing us?" Sara's breath hitched. "We don't observe you. We meet where worlds converge. We have done so for eons. Humans have enough of what we crave. Do not interfere, or we will take more than we need." The lab plunged into darkness. Every monitor, every light, every piece of equipment shut off in unison, leaving Sara in oppressive silence. A scream tore through the stillness. Sara grabbed a flashlight and bolted to Danny's room. She found him sitting upright, his face pale and streaked with tears. "They're coming," he whispered, rocking back and forth. "They're coming." "It's okay," Sara said, keeping her voice calm as she prepared a sedative. "You're safe now." Danny flinched at her touch, but eventually relented. Once the sedative took effect, he slumped back into the bed, his breathing evening out. Back in the observation room, the equipment flickered to life. Sara's relief was short-lived. On the Dream Visualizer's screen, a single message appeared. "You have encountered an interdream anomaly. Customer support will contact you shortly." Sara stared at the words, her reflection pale and wide-eyed. Was this a glitch? A warning? Her phone buzzed. The caller ID was unknown. Hands trembling, she answered. "Hello?" The voice on the other end was cold and mechanical. "Interdream anomaly detected. Remain vigilant. Do not proceed without authorization." The line went dead. As Sara turned back to the observation room, she felt a prickle on the back of her neck, the sensation of being watched. She scanned the room, but saw nothing. On the monitor, Danny's vitals were steady, his body relaxed under sedation. Yet, in the shadows beyond his bed, something shifted. Sara leaned closer to the screen, squinting at the darkness. For a brief moment, she thought she saw shapes, faint, undulating shadows, with eyes that glowed like embers. She backed away, her heart pounding. Sleep was supposed to be a sanctuary, a biological necessity, but Sara now understood the truth. Sleep wasn't just a bridge to rest, it was a doorway, and something was waiting on the other side.